Yo, welcome to Knicks Freestyle. Knicks Freestyle is a platform of free thought focused focused on in-depth topics in the Knicks universe, introducing the Ghetto Intellect. Welcome your man, Freaky. I'm your man, Uncle Freezie. Let's get it. What's good, fellas?
What's going on?
What's going on, huh?
Hey man, we chilling, boss. Welcome back. Welcome back. We back at it, baby.
What up, Knicks World? What up?
We got some topics we want to chop up for the Knicks universe, right? But what I want to do is get y'all opinion on a couple of things that we've seen here recently, and then we'll get into those topics. So the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is the current 4-game win streak. Is this 4-game win streak worth talking about? GI, we'll start with you. And get your thoughts on the current 4-game win streak. So what's your thoughts on the 4-game win streak?
So the current 4-game win streak has GI, as y'all affectionately call me, Ghetto Intellect, has me backtracking a lot. I thought this was 4 games we would probably definitely lose. I thought we might get an injury here, there. We wouldn't be up to 100%. Let me tell you what I saw the last 4 games. I saw a team going about a brand of basketball that is sustainable. The shots that Julius Randle are taking are in rhythm, in the flow of the game, and he's been making them all season. There's no reason to think that he can't continue to shoot and play this way. His fast starts have allowed other players to ease into the flow of the game, where in the past, he was kind of, pushing other guys to set the pace. And so just him starting off fast has really kept us in the games and kept the flow smooth. But more importantly, let me say this. I do want him to cut his turnovers down, because I do want Knicks fans to finally, I don't know what it's going to take for this Knicks verse to get behind them. But at some point, we got to get behind them, because I think he can lead everybody else to a brand of basketball that'll be very successful. And because of that, this 4 games has been realistic to me and very much a joy to watch, to know your team is going to go out and play a certain way and achieve it.
Okay. All right. I feel you. Free Keith?
Yeah. I believe this 4-game win streak is proving everything that I had initially said about this squad. This bad news Bears squad that everybody cashed in at the beginning of the season is here to eat everybody food right now.
Bam.
Now we hungry. We eating everybody's food, and I love it.
I like it.
I've been on record, beginning of the season, I told cats like, we walking away from this season with 37 wins. Wow, you bananas. You crazy. It's a 72 game season, right? Not an 82 game season. I was like, yeah. We're going away with 37 wins. Watch. Wow. Book it.
Did you just say book it?
Book it.
GI, did he just say book it?
He just said book it. So 37 wins.
37 wins. Take that to the bank.
We need 9 more.
Call your bookies. Go ahead. Cash that in right now.
Wow.
He's saying we're going 9-8 the rest of the way. 1 game over 500.
1 game over 500. That's a winning season, and that's all we need. We turning the corner this season, and that's that.
Wow. And so you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. The dude has been consistent with his prediction.
He has.
Free Keith has been consistent through all the ups and downs of the season. all the ups and downs, all the questions like, what are we gonna do at point guard? He was like, man, Elf is good enough. Yeah, I remember that. If I may, I'm gonna just throw some gasoline on the fire, so to speak. I think the 4-game win streak is the tip of the iceberg. I do believe if a couple things happen, right? If RJ Barrett just had 2 off games and steps his game up back to where he was prior to these 2 games, then you may be looking at a longer win streak. And if the Knicks can figure out the Dallas Mavericks Friday night in Dallas, another stop on the Julius Randle revenge tour. You notice Julius Randle had the Lakers circled on his schedule. They asked him, they were like, yo, did you have the Lakers circled on your schedule coming in? It seemed like he had something to prove. And he was like, yeah, I always have the Lakers schedule circled on my schedule.
Always.
And so I was like, wow.
They're always going to get the business. They're always going to get the business from me.
Okay. All right, Julius Randle. Okay.
Like, you don't get to quit me.
Right.
You don't get to quit me.
Right.
I hear you, Jules. That's right.
No. And then so the last couple of games, people had noticed Julius Randle has averaged 30 points in those games.
Woo!
The last 2 games. And now, Friday night, he gets to go to his hometown. Where his people are there.
Put on for your city.
He played there. I think he played there last year, I believe.
Right.
You got to put on for his city. Oh, you got to put on for his city.
Right.
Put on for your town, man.
And if y'all remember, we swept Dallas last year. And we were terrible.
I'm mad they got us that last game, though, man.
They beat us this year, but I expect things to come back to normal. So we can legit leave this weekend on a 6-game win streak, right?
Bro, I'm going
New York.
Every game we win it.
Who do we have?
6-game win streak.
Who do we have this weekend?
Sunday, we have the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, wow.
Food.
Right. Don't tell me we can't beat the Pelicans, bro. Because I have empirical data that says we can.
And I see the key, actually, what's been going on. Like, Cats have been coming into the game turned up already from the gate. What we've been doing, what we've been guilty of doing a lot of games this season, what that team's been guilty of doing a lot of games this season, is having to rev up during the game. And they come out mad sluggish. Right. Is only looking like 1 or 2 guys came to play, and then like it's a tale of 2 halves. The second half, all of a sudden, it's a brand new team. Right. Like Cats is really out there to play it, but you generally playing catch up. They've been coming out with that energy from the break, and it's been making a difference.
Now you see what I'm saying. Right. That's what I was getting to.
Right. They were legit playing down to their opponents.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then
and how dare you? As much as I love my team, like how dare you? You have won nothing to be able to justify that. Like you play every team hard. That's it. That's the only switch you have. You can't afford no other switches. Hard. That's it. And off.
Right. And then also against the big boys, they've been punching up in weight. Like the big boys don't want to play us, right? Because the big boys know they're gonna be in a dogfight all 4 quarters, all 48 minutes when they play the Knicks, right? Now, so the Jekyll and Hyde thing is real with this team, right? Like we used to play down to opponents, but if you saw the Memphis Grizzlies game, right? The Grizzlies knew that they would be lucky to win that game, and the Knicks just wouldn't go away, and we finally just knocked them off in overtime, right? The New Orleans Pelicans on their own floor, by the way, we legit gave them the business on their own floor. Even when we were down 5, the Knicks we didn't panic. We knew that this team shouldn't even be on the floor with us. And they have stars.
And Julius, they have guys that fans on this team thirst for.
Right. Man, I wish we had a Brandon Ingram.
I'm watching the game and I'm on Threads. I'm on Knicks fan threads, and Cats Cats is like, oh, look at Zion dominating Julius. Like, yo, like, oh, y'all really clowning y'all mans? Like, how'd it turn out? How'd it turn out, huh?
And Jules gave him the business.
Gave him the
what's funny?
BR business.
In the last 2 games, we played 2 players that we covered.
Right.
Brandon Ingram.
Don't even want him no more.
And Andre Drummond.
They could keep both of them. I wanted both. I was pro Drummond. I was pro BI. They could stay where they at. We don't need them.
Imagine we used to go and get players because they used to destroy us. They was only Nick killers. So we wouldn't made them Knicks because they was Nick killers.
Nick killers, right.
Now we don't even have that anymore.
If this is the direction we're going, we like, if we are going to be bullied, the bullies of the league, I am totally cool with us wearing that mantle. Let's get back to there. And I'm a happy camper.
Okay.
Broadway bullies. That's what we need to get back to business.
And that's what you've seen the last 4 days.
And that's what you saw the last 4 days.
So the 4-game win streak, in my opinion.
I mean, 4 games.
The 4-game win streak, in my opinion, is the tip of the iceberg potentially. Because if we leave this weekend with 2 more wins against teams that are kind of in the same boat as us, you know what I'm saying? So we'll be on a 6-game winning streak, headed down the stretch with 15 games to go, right? And so I had an amazing, a wild, insane asylum take. I'm going to save that for later on in the show. I don't want to whip it out just yet because I legit don't want the Ghetto Intellect to leave New Jersey and come knock on my door. You know what I'm saying? Like put him in a straitjacket off.
Sanity check.
Yeah. So I'm gonna save that for later on. That way to give me some time to put some running shoes on.
You know I like the wild takes.
Right. Hey. So since we're talking about the 4-game winning streak, and I mentioned R.J. Barrett and you mentioned Julius Randle, let's talk about another polarizing player. Right, somebody that has us taking deep breaths and getting excitable and getting frustrated at the same time. Let's talk about Obi Toppin. Right, so Free Keith. I don't know where I am on Obi Toppin. I know next year, and in my heart of hearts, I feel like next year, Obi Toppin is going to be the Knicks breakout player next year. This year, I'm tired of him being Prince Akeem, right? I'm tired of Obi Toppin looking like, I'm very glad to be here, right? I'm frustrated with that. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, right? I don't understand what we're getting from Obi right now. Right. I wanted to talk to you guys about that because when I do the Knicks Morning Drive or the Knicks Night podcast, when I mention Obi Toppin, the fans of the show and of the Knicks don't necessarily do deep dives into Obi Toppin, into the Obi Toppin project, right? What do you believe we're getting out of Obi? Why is it taking so long? And what's the ultimate outcome for Obi this season?
What I'm going to do for Obi to help Obi is anytime I mention Obi, I'm going to say Emmanuel quickly. Because that's one of the first years the Knicks were known for not having draft picks. And this is one of the first years we had 2 in the recent memories, because the reason I say is because of quickly, Obi will be able to come along a little slower. And win, and ultimately he's a bust in New York City, it won't be so hard on him. What else it proves is this may all end up well for us, and I'm very comfortable it will. But it will also prove that Rose and crew will not be without some criticism. They won't be able to call their tenure perfect. I don't know if they'll be able to make it back from the Obi Toppin pick. And the reason I say is because, and I'm sorry, Keith, it's because of the skill sets that Obi should have at his age, he doesn't have. And it's going to be worse for him because there's just not going to be a lot of opportunity under Tibbs for him to get it right. And I don't see him, and I'm stopping here, but I see him much less NBA ready than Knox. While he has more drive and desire, I just don't think Obi has. I just think he's so raw. He's so raw. Everything's against him. The time he picked up playing basketball, I just think it's going to be too far gone for him to be a meaningful part of this current run that we're about to watch.
I can't 100% disagree with you, but I 100% disagree with you. Like, I don't think if Obi doesn't work out that it's like this big slight on Leon, and I'm like, okay, cool. They got it. They have one draft pick. L. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the team doing? Is the team still winning? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a L of that sort when your team's still winning means like, oh, well, the majority of your other moves was you know what I'm saying, was it's net positive.
Right.
So it's harder to be like, I can't hold you accountable for an L. Like if I'm at an Eastern Conference Finals game, I'm holding you accountable for an L for a L for a draft pick like 2 years ago. Nah, like, all right, cool. It generally worked out. Here we go. But I still feel like Obi is he's an unfortunate victim of circumstance, right? But but in a kind of a way, so is the team, so is the front office.
Right.
They were a victim of circumstance as well. And the circumstance, fortunately, I say fortunately, the circumstance was they didn't realize the kind of leap that Randall was intent on making. So as much as I rode for Randall last season,
you didn't see it either.
Yo, and I didn't see this kind of jump. Not at all. I figured, I thought he'd be an all-star. I thought he was already putting up all-star numbers. I thought he might have been more efficient, and like he would have got like an all-star off of that kind of work. I didn't think he was going to be the type of player making the guys around him better, passing the rock like a top point guard. Like I had no idea about that.
Right.
And who would have? You're talking about 9 months of no organized team basketball.
Right.
How did you do that, Randall? I'm still perplexed.
Right.
But anyway, the idea that he did all of that, like, it's hard to bet on. So like, I thought myself like, okay, what's going to happen is Randall, the team, and Tibbs, like the team is going to be marginally better. He's going to come back marginally better than he played last season. As you saw, he was already ramping up towards the end of the season, last season,
right.
I thought he was just going to build on that, and they were going to give him the Mook treatment. Okay, towards the end of the trade deadline, he's off to somewhere. We got a pick and some cap space and some BS. Like, I thought that's what was going to go on. Lo and behold, from the first preseason game,
surprise!
This Randall shows up.
Right.
What do you do now? Well, Obi is only 3 years younger than him. So I'm not scrapping Randall for you, because chances are you'll never be as good as Randall.
That's not scary.
No, that's not scary, bro. Those are good problems to have.
Right.
That's because I totally understand why you made the Obi pick. You were going to trade Randall. I totally get that. Like, it wasn't. And there might have been a whole different style of basketball going on right now. They don't have the same skill sets. I feel like if Obi now, like, you trade Randall and Obi kind of like gets the run, You're talking about a different kind of point guard. You're talking about it's a different the game is going to be played differently. So
Right.
so that they had to restructure the whole team off of that. Off of Randall changing the whole game.
Right. Right. No doubt.
So and coupled with the fact that Obi still has those like you said, Uncle Freezie, like that whole happy to be here. Oh, I can't believe I'm in the NBA. I still think he has that sheen on him.
I'm living my dream.
He hasn't gotten that. He hasn't shaken that off yet. I really want to see him and how he fits in, because I definitely still think that he could play the three. I know a lot of you guys hate on me, he can't. I want to see him at the three. I think he can play the three. I think he's mobile enough for it. Stop it, G.I. Don't do that.
No, it would make sense.
Don't do that to me.
No, it would make sense. So if you see him at the three, then it would make some sense. At the four for him, his future makes no sense for the New York Knicks. That's what I'm saying. So where do you see him, Free Keep? Where do you see him?
I want to see him at the three. But I want to see him after a entire offseason with Tibbs and company. I want to see him after he settled into the fact that, I'm an NBA player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here because I have skill. I deserve it. Like, get the stars out of his eyes. Like, I feel like he's one of the ones that I would bet on to be a whole different player next season.
All right. So let me interject there. I'm gonna just throw something out there. Right. And I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? But I think the Knicks are grooming him to be a Robert Ory type player, right? A guy that can play the three sparingly, the four mostly, and the five in small ball lineups, right? And I know that sounds like a stretch, right? Y'all remember? And I'm gonna say this name, and Knicks fans are gonna start wanting to ban me from social media for saying this. But if you remember the former Knick, Charles Smith, he played some three, some four, and some five. But he was a 6'10" guy, super athletic, quick, could move. Right? His thing, Charles Smith's thing, is with that skill set, he was soft, right? But you could not deny his skill set. He legit played the three, the four, and the five. Excuse me, in today's NBA, guys that play the three don't often play the five. But Obi Toppin has the potential to play three, the four, and the five. I think that's what they're grooming him for. Right? My only thing is that this young fella needs time. Right? But the unfortunate thing is we don't have time, my man. My only deal with Obi at power forward and at small ball five is that he's soft and shies away from contact. Right? And you just heard him go in on Karl Anthony Towns. And you just heard him go in on Charles Smith. Right?
And you heard me compare him to Knox.
Right. Claude have mercy. For the love of rice and gravy, what do we even? So it's like, so now you see what I'm talking about. Like, I think they're legit grooming him for that. But Obi has a long ways to go, bro. But I think they're going to try to turn him into a Robert Ory. And I think that's the best role for him based on his athleticism allows him the flexibility to do multiple things on a basketball court. Right? My only thing is his skill set there? And is he soft? Because if Obi is soft, you could throw everything we just said out of the window and draft his replacement right now. Because athleticism means nothing if you're soft. Nothing. And so that's probably Charles Smith hitting up Free Keith right now. Hey, Free Keith, I did not give Charles Smith your number.
Tell Charles it was me. It was me.
Yo, Charles, I said, lose my number.
Lose my number.
Dunk it next time. Dunk it next time.
Right. Yo, that's hilarious, bro. I'm sorry, G.I.
No, it's fine. No, I was jumping in. No, I'm gonna let Keith come back to whether Obi's soft or not. I know that's his.
I don't think honestly, I can't deny your feelings about him. My thing about Obi.
You haven't defended Obi that hard tonight, Keith.
No, I feel like my thing about Obi is I want to give it like this season is a wash for Obi for me.
Right.
Like it's neither good nor it's bad. Like I need Obi to just shake off that sheen, and I still see it too much, and I feel like I can judge him more appropriately after that. I'm not mad if he gets traded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to shed no tears, but I would like to see I would like to see him after a full and regular offseason training camp, like kicking, like I'd like to see them kick the tires on him. I feel like there's something there with Obi. The
funny part is the first time I seen Obi in training camp, you know how they do the little clips? I said, why does he move like that?
Right.
He's not fluid on the basketball. He's just not a fluid basketball player.
Right.
And I don't know what position. So that's why I say, I see what you're saying, Freeze, that he's going to play small ball 5 because he's going to use his length. I mean, his size, pause.
Right.
And, you know, but man, his legs are just so.
He's got SpongeBob legs, bro. SpongeBob. You know how kindergartens be trying to draw like a person and they draw like the feet facing the same direction. You like,
but he could be skinny strong.
He could be.
You know what I'm saying? You know how them
like Noel. Noel is skinny strong, but still gets some size.
No, yeah, exactly. Like Noel is very much like like he don't got no frame, like he a bruiser, but like he gets at cats. Like you know what I'm saying? And he's stronger than he looks.
Right.
He definitely put that Haitian on you.
Right.
Definitely. Let's hope the best for Obi because that wasn't a good segment for him.
Right. And then plus,
look, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful on Obi. I really think and Obi is the type of player that many players, like they're not solo players. They are dependent on their surrounding cast.
Right.
And I think that Obi is one of those players, and he plays differently depending on who's leading the team that he's playing, like who's leading the team on the floor that he's playing on, playing with.
Right.
He plays with Rose. He looks a lot better. Why? Rose actively looks for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it definitely makes him look a little bit more efficient. I think those have been some of his better runs with like Obi running the point. I mean, with Rose running the point.
You know another thing about Rose, he's become such a good human being.
Right.
And that, I just wanted to take that opportunity since his name popped up. I didn't know if he was on the agenda for tonight, but he's become such a good human being. You see it you see the humility in his heart after all he's been through. Remember when he was a rookie, he's pulling up his Benz in front of the high school, and you just see he's so far away from that now, man. I just hope he retires in Nick. I really do.
And so I'm gonna pose this to y'all because this is a polarizing topic on Nick's Twitter. The vets versus the youth, right? And so I'm gonna make a case for the vets right now. And all I want y'all to do is agree and shake your head. That's all I want from y'all. Right? So here's the thing. And I say that, and so
in tongue in cheek.
Fans, yeah. So excuse that. So I want to say this real quick. So I feel like we should sign Derrick Rose at the end of the season. We should sign Derrick Rose to 2 years, $20 million. We should sign Alec Burks to 3 years, $25 million at the end of the season. We should sign Reggie Bullock to 2 years, $18 million at the end of the season. At the end of the season, we should sign Taj Gibson to a 1-year deal worth about $5 million. Because I think the vets for this team have been invaluable, right? Not because they stuff your box score, but because when the road gets rough, when the waters get dicey, they are going to the kids like, hey, calm down. All it is waves, bro. So you get big waves, you get little waves. Just understand that whether they're big or they're little, they're still waves. Just calm down and just ride it out, right? I went to the game. RJ Barrett was about to go for 70. Taj was like, calm down, bro. Don't look at scoring 70. Just look at knocking down your next shot. And if you get the 70, so be it. So mote it be, right? And so RJ was like, no, but I want to eat everybody. And he was like, bro, you know how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's what Taj is basically saying to RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett wanted to take the whole elephant and stuff it in his face. And Taj was like, bro, calm down. You know how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Calm down, bro. Be yourself. Right? When Quickly came out of the gate like gangbusters, like Quickly legit came out came off the bench and took like 7 shots in a row without passing the ball. Right? And so Rose was letting them eat. And then when it came to the 8th possession, Rose got the inbound pass and Quickly came running to him. I got you. He's like, no, bro, calm down, man. You'll be a superstar one day, but it's a step-by-step process, bro. You will not become a superstar by taking 8 shots in a row. That's not how you become a star. How you become a star is by sticking to the process one step at a time. And Quickly was like, but I'm hot. And D Rose was like, I got you. I got you, bro. One step at a time. Now, think about this. When RJ Barrett wanted to go to 70 and say Obi Toppin was on the floor instead of Taj Gibson, you know what would have happened? They'd have let RJ Barrett shoot us out of the game. Right? Because what can a young, experienced guy tell another young, inexperienced guy? Nothing. Give him bad advice. Like shoot it again. Shoot the fadeaway 3 over 2 people, RJ. That's in your bag. No, RJ, that's not in your bag, bro. That's not in your bag. And think about this. What could a young guard tell Emmanuel Quickly, who was feeling hot at the moment? Say a random young guy, right? What could DSJ have told Emmanuel Quickly at that point? Right? Because DSJ was trying to be a star too. He felt like he should be somebody too. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Rose and Taj in that moment was like, yo, the most important thing, the reason why you get a uniform, the reason why people are in the stands, and the reason why we play this game is to win. It's not about building a personal profile, right? And so the vets on this team have been doing that all year. Even to Randall, there was a game when RJ Barrett was scorching hot, right? RJ Barrett had, I can't remember the game. I think it may have been the Celtics game recently. I think it was the Celtics game. RJ Barrett was 6 for 6 from 3, 9 of 14 from the field. And RJ wasn't even touching the ball. He had 29 points on 14 shots, right? Think about that, right? So my man had 29 points on 14 shots, right? And Randall was like, but this is our rival. This is a big game. I got to do. They were like going to Randall like, bro, this is our rival. This is a big game. But let's play together. You know what I'm saying? These vets is going to a young vet like, bro, let's play together. And we wind up losing the game, right? We wind up losing the game. But the moral of the story is, bro, it's always 5-on-5. It's never 1-on-5. You know what I'm saying? They go to Randall and explain that. And it was like, hey, bro, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some, but you live. Come back and fight another day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making a case for us not only bringing the vets back, not have them be prominent. I'm not saying having them be prominent in the box score, but be prominent on the court with advice. Be prominent in the locker room.
Why didn't you bring Noel back?
Yeah, why you not
instead of bringing Taj back?
You brought Taj back before.
I mean, how many centers can you have? I mean, you're gonna run a three-man rotation at center.
Look at dude. I actually think they have the one of the highest probabilities of getting injured. As we can see right now.
Duly noted. And so my thing is, if you have Mitch and if you have,
I'm not comfortable unless I have like 3 people who could play center.
Can I diversify the rotation instead of having 3 guys or 2 guys that are athletic freaks that are shot blockers and one guy that's a hustle energy guy, can I please get a floor spacer? Can I add a floor spacer to that group?
Oh, that's why you ain't bringing no back because you
Right.
got somebody else. You making space
For who?
Right. Just no. I'm saying floor
Carl
spacer.
Anthony Towns is what he's doing.
Carl Anthony Towns. Free Keith. You got to bring in Cat next year. That's the internet. The internet is never wrong.
I would only be comfortable with Carl Anthony Towns on the team if all the other 4 people that he's playing with on at any given point are all bruisers. So
to make up for him, to make up for his lack of being a bruiser.
That's the only way.
Oh,
wow. I can never argue like he's a competent player. He's definitely above board and above average as a 5. Definitely.
Yeah, I didn't.
But there's something about sport, man. It's something about sport. If it was just talent that won out every year, guys like Kyrie would be in the finals every year.
Kyle Minor would have been the next Jordan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so heart is part of it, man.
Right.
Heart is part of it.
Right. So my point though to it, Big Dog, is this. You don't need to call Anthony Towns, but a rotation of Mitchell Robinson, Serge Ibaka, and Taj Gibson would do for me. Right?
That's too old though. Like that's just one young guy and 2 old guys. Like,
but Serge Ibaka can shoot the 3 though, bro.
No, I'm not mad at Serge.
Talking about Kawhi coming here, then you talking about Serge Ibaka.
Wow.
Like if I got Serge, I don't like. I love Taj, but if I got Serge, then I want somebody other than Taj. Then I'd want Noel. I think Taj is a very smart, cerebral player, yo.
Right. Taj is our Herb Williams. Where to be. Taj is our new Herb Williams. Taj is going to be here for the next 30 seasons. In some capacity.
Playing for pennies.
In some capacity, he gonna be here.
I'm bringing those 3. I'm bringing the 3 we got back because the money, man. For that money, I'm not even spending $10 million at the position. Period.
Oh wow.
Well, Bullock been taking like rookie money for the last 2 seasons, so like I know he's looking for some bread.
Right. And so I said that, and I also want to throw this thing out there to get your takes. Because it appears to me that y'all agree with me on bringing the vets back, right?
If we can, if they don't block any movements, like me personally, I like the chemistry that's being built, and I would like very much to keep as many guys as we can who are positive to that energy and that chemistry, and to build on it, because it can only get better with more playing time together. So like I really would like to shed less, pick up a little bit less than I shed. I guess I should say. I don't even know if that's.
I only want to bring in 2 positions.
I'm totally
like meaning like I would love to just be able to bring people into that instead of like just having to take people away from that who are core pieces of that chemistry and inserting more. Like, but if we could get just 2 pieces, if we could get Lonzo, if we could get like Alonzo and like
Kelly Oubre.
I like Kelly
come
Oubre.
on, man.
I like
Uncle
Freezie. We could do better, yo. Like, come on, man. Like,
but freaky, I like
Kelly Oubre
to have attitudes for them. He just got an attitude about him for no reason.
You look like, oh, I play a basketball player on TV. Like that.
Oh, you call him a phony.
Oh, man. Pretty boy.
I'll be like a guy just for the. Oh, right. Like he looked like he a baller. Like let's put him on. Like, nah, come on, man. Like
I kind of respect him some.
Nah.
But let me pose this to you real quick.
Pretty. I need dirty cats. I need cats who look like DMX over here.
You need, hey man.
Word. We already we no Drakes. No Drakes.
Wow.
Don't function well here.
So this is what I think the Knicks are gonna do this off season, right? I think we're gonna draft 3 guys and backfill the roster.
I doubt it.
Bring them over. Just hear me out. So I think we're gonna draft 3 guys, and the 3 guys I think we're gonna draft, One is the wing from Duke, the one that GI that fits what GI looks. The 6'9", 220-pound, super aggressive wing player from Duke, Jalen Johnson, I think that's his name. Right? He can handle the ball like a point guard. You know what I'm saying? He's super aggressive going to the basket. He's a willing and elite defender at times and poor defender at times, which tells me that the effort is there, but he needs to be coached up, right? If he goes to the right, because the energy is there, but he has poor technique at times like judging who it is that he's defending. Like he believes his athletic ability should be able to keep him in front of anybody, right? And that shouldn't be true. You got to use technique. You got to be smart. And I think coming here with Tibbs will unlock us our elite perimeter defender. No, he can't shoot, right? Away from the bat, he can't shoot. But he'll be a run jump athlete at the small forward position that you can throw on, your Brandon Ingrams, that you can throw on your LeBron Jameses, that you can throw on your Kevin Durant's, because the dude is 6'9" with a 6'11" wingspan, can jump out the gym and moves like a guard, right? And with the next pick, I think the Knicks are gonna take this kid Josh Giddey, right? And so y'all like, well, who in the world is Josh Giddey? He's a 6'8" point guard that reminds me, and don't laugh at me, y'all, but he kind of reminds me of a young Elfrid Payton, but he's got potential. Like, and I'm saying this.
I don't think Elf is a bad point guard.
That's my man. I was with Elf last game. Elf guys been getting busy last 2 games.
Right. What I'm saying is that he has a high floor, but his ceiling is not really that high, if, based on what you've seen from him. But bro, at 6'8", 205 at point guard, potentially a defender, bro. I think Tibbs would be in hog heaven if you drafted him 2 defenders that he could use situationally until they're ready to be starters. And then you can bring back, you can find your point guard on the open market. You can get you a Dennis Schroeder, you know what I'm saying, in free agency, or Alonzo Ball in free agency, and run everything else back with internal improvements from RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, your young core. Because I believe the organization loves Kevin Knox, and I believe the organization loves Frank Ntilikina. And this is why, real quick. All the other young players that the Knicks didn't like, they're gone, bro. The first thing they did was got rid of Kadeem Allen. Y'all remember Kadeem Allen?
Nope.
Yeah, right, he gone. he gone, right? Y'all remember Alonzo Trier? He gone, right? Y'all remember Damian Dotson? He gone. All the young players that we felt like could do something, they gone, bro. The one, hey man, the ones they traded for, Jacob Evans, he gone. Amari Spellman, he gone, bro. Terrence Ferguson,
DSJ,
Poirier, Iggy Brasdakis, all of them are gone, bro. All the young players that the Knicks don't like, they are gone. Even the vet they didn't like, Austin Rivers, he is gone.
I don't know if they didn't like him, but like, he's gone.
Right. He didn't fit into the plan.
Way to turn somebody you wasn't even playing into a second round pick.
Right. And so what I'm saying is this: if you look at all the young players they got rid of, and look at the 2 that they kept, Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox, I believe they have a plan for them, bro. And I'm not saying a big plan. I'm not saying that they believe Frank is the point guard of the future. What I'm saying is internally they feel like they can rehabilitate Frank Ntilikina and turn him into a decent basketball player. If Frank accepts a reasonable contract, like maybe 3 years, $18 million. If Frank takes
3 years, 18,
yeah, that's $6
million. Frank is out of here. Frank going somewhere.
Well, if he think he getting 3 years, $60 million, he can go. He can go, right? And the thing with Knox is Knox has potential, but the way that David Fizdale ruined Kevin Knox you can see.
Y'all blame the coaches way too much for like.
Nah, man.
How do you take control of your own career? Like,
hey, man. Hey, so Mike Miller legit got a job. Mike Miller is in the NBA.
Yep.
Jeff Hornacek is in the NBA. Where's David Fizdale at?
Wait, what's Jeff Hornacek doing?
He's assistant with you.
Houston.
Oh,
Houston.
Okay.
And Mike Miller is an assistant with Oklahoma City, right? And
Well,
Caleb Canales has a job.
Then they're the only two ex-Knick coaches to have jobs of the last like 7 Knick coaches.
Right. Woody had a job with us.
Right. Woody had a job, and Woody had a job with us and left and took another job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, twice.
Good job.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying is David Fizdale was an idiot. He ruined Kevin Knox, and Tom Thibodeau is rehabilitating.
I don't think he definitely wasn't a good coach, but I don't think that when you say he ruined Kevin Knox, what do you mean he ruined Kevin Knox?
Because New York is different, right? So I heard Casey Powell from Knicks Fan TV say something one time, and I think it's absolutely true. The New York Knicks jersey is the heaviest jersey to wear in the NBA. Like, you can't just come to New York and think it's going to be like playing in Sacramento, California.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Or San Antonio, Texas. You know, or Minneapolis, Minnesota. When you come to New York is different, right? And so they brought Kevin Knox in from day one and threw him to the Wolves, right? Bro, the thing about throwing rookies to the Wolves is either you eat the Wolves or the Wolves eat you, right? And in the case of Kevin Knox, the Wolves ate Kevin Knox, right? But instead of throwing them away, they're going to try to salvage him and see what they can get out of him because they're paying him the money. You may as well see what you got in them. So let me shift gears real quick, right? And listen, everybody, y'all watching Knicks Freestyle right now, the conversation's not over. You watching the video, comment in the comment box below if you have questions and continue the conversation.
Subscribe
right?
and
just because we moved on don't mean you have to continue the conversation. And then what we'll do is come in that comment section and we'll continue to chop it up with you, answering your questions. Just real quick, I want to ask y'all this. So I'm gonna ask G.I. this real quick. So G.I., name a reasonable outcome based on what you've seen for the Knicks this season. Like, what do you predict is going to happen at the end of the season based on what you've seen thus far?
So I see the Knicks getting in the 7 to 8 seed, even though the teams below us are struggling. Zach LaVine is going to miss 2 weeks. So I wonder how, due to COVID. So I wonder how that Chicago, because I'm worried about Chicago because of their new roster moves and just their level of talent. But I see the Knicks at worst in the 7 to 8 seed, which means that we go and see the Sixers or the Nets first round. Well, we'd probably be interested to be the Nets because I think we can expose them. We can take them some distance. But I think we would have a hard time scoring in the last 2 minutes of the game compared to the way they can efficiently score and the opportunities they have to score. So I see us either playing the Nets or the Sixers. And if we played the Sixers, then Embiid would probably just be a little bit too much for us with all his round. But I tell you what, I see the Knicks getting in there. I see us winning a game or two in the playoffs, probably more like one. And, I see us,
No, I'm telling you, G.I., I'm telling you right now, the Knicks are going to get the 4 seed and make the NBA Finals. I can't hold it. I've been trying to hold it for the whole show. The Knicks are going to make the 4 seed and make the NBA Finals, and here's why. And I'm going to say this and get out of the way because I know Free Keeper want to bash my head in. Right? So if we make the 4 seed and play Atlanta, we make the 4 seed and play Atlanta, bro. I like our odds against the Atlanta Hawks. And then if we get to the second round and play the Sixers, you know what the Sixers are good at doing? Getting to the second round and losing. You know what Doc Rivers is good at doing? Getting his teams to the second round and losing. That's the reason why he ain't with the Clippers no more, boss. I'm telling you, if we get the Sixers in the second round, you have perennial chokers coached by a perennial choker, right? I like Taj Gibson and Nerlens Noel against Joel Embiid because in the playoffs, all the acting, all that drama, all that the Academy Award,
It ramps up.
Hey, bro, you got to be a G in the playoffs. You got to either make your shot or miss it, right? Right. The Sixers are a second round exit every year for a reason, right? And guess who they will be playing in the second round? The overachievers. They will play it, and then if we get the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, we beat the Bucks twice already, right? They showed out this one time where you know Giannis was catching lobs all game, but aside from that, bro, the only reason why they beat us is because they bench went 10 for 10 from three. That is the biggest. You will never see anything crazy like that again. They had to go 10 for 10 from three in order to beat us. We had our hands on their throat and they headbutted us to get us off, right? I'm telling you, the Knicks in the NBA Finals, I'm predicting it right now. Ghetto Intellect is on my side. Yes, Ghetto Intellect agrees. Free Keith agrees with me 100%.
You just heard GI say we're going out first round. I'll leave it to Free Keith to tell whether he agrees with you.
Yo, all right. First of all, y'all both bananas. Let's agree on that and understand that first off tippy top. Right. Let's understand y'all both bananas.
That's tax. Right? That's the tax. We bananas. That's the tax. That's coming off the top before anybody else.
Off the top before anything. Tax that. Bananas, check in the bank. That's y'all. All right. I see us running into the playoffs at 5th seed. I see us maybe seeing the Hawks or the Celtics first round. Washing them.
Period.
Washing them decisively. Decisive washing.
Gentlemen sweep, 4-1.
I'm liking that, but I'm thinking more so like a 3-2 situation.
Okay. As long as we
5 games, 3-2. All right. So I then see us going on to the second round to see maybe who the Nets or the Sixers. I see them in a surprise upset getting washed. Washed and set.
You breaking my heart, bro. You breaking my heart, bro. What's good?
You see the Knicks getting wild.
No. The 76ers and or the Nets.
So you got us to the East.
No, so you with me. Free Keith is with me.
I'm about to say, why is he so crazy? I know I gotta be crazy to y'all, but why is he so crazy?
Whoever we see in the second round, I feel like the second round is where we could go either way. We may lose, we may win, but I feel like that's going to be the hard fought, like
they all going to be hard fought.
I mean, definitely. But I mean, like the second round is what's about to put the Knicks on the map. This year's second round of the playoffs.
So you're saying if everything comes together, we have a shot in the second round?
No, I mean, we may, like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we won it. If we won in the second round, we're going the distance. Nobody could tell me otherwise. If I'm sitting there and we are the victors throughout the second round, we're taking.
I don't know why you're so crazy. Then
go New York.
We're taking it all the way to the Teasley. But right now, I don't think so. Like right now, I think like the NBA Finals is like a crazy task, but I do see us. It's funny, like I definitely see the run that we're having very much equivalent to that that Celtics run from a couple years ago when Tatum and Brown exploded.
Right. They took advantage of matchups.
They took advantage of matchups. They played damn good basketball, and they fought their way through to it took LeBron to take them down.
Right.
In a game 7.
Okay.
So I feel like we could surprise. I feel like we could be an upset. Our defense does make a difference. It makes a solid difference.
I was gonna say our defense makes a difference.
Solid one. Like the Lakers didn't even crack 100.
Right.
They didn't even crack 100. I understand their main guys wasn't there. I dig it. LeBron was on, but those are the breaks. Mitch wasn't there neither.
Right.
Starting to believe in this defensive hour.
I'm a believer, yo. It's time for us to believe. Yo, fans, believe. Yo, it's only 17 games left. It's time.
Like, what are y'all waiting
on? Believe. What are y'all doing?
Yeah. What are y'all doing?
I know it's been hard. I know. But it's time. It's time to let the healing begin. Right. We're not a rebuilding team anymore. We're a building team. That's it.
Right. And so like the song from that great cult classic, the movie Coolie High. It's so hard to say goodbye. Right. But it's time. It's time. Just like Lawrence Hill and Jacob said, yeah, bro, it's time to move on. It's time. Knicks fans, it's 2021, bro. I legit am tired and worn out by people like, yo, the 90s Knicks. Hey, man, that was 30 years ago, bro. 1991 was 30 years ago. Let it go, bro. Embrace these new cats.
But I do like that we're coming back with an identity that's similar to that team's identity, only for this era. I do like that. I can't say that I don't like that. Like I do actually enjoy the type of team that we're carving out our identity to be.
But that's because you enjoy legacy. You like legacy.
Yeah.
People like legacy, like the young guy taking over his grandfather's landscaping business, right? Legacy. I get it.
Not necessarily legacy of that's it's not the way. There's a spirit. I feel like certain teams got a certain spirit. Right. Okay. There's a spirit of things. Like the Lakers are flashy. Like the Lakers are like, oh, okay, if there's stars in the league, they probably gonna want to end up on the Lakers. They want to chip with the Lakers. Like it's LA, it's sunshine. It's like their team got a different kind of sheen on it. Right. Like New York is tough. Right. Like you out here, like you working. Like you're gonna be the center of the universe, but you're gonna be tough. Right. And that's all I want. That's all I want. Just be tough. Okay. Just be tough. No Karl Anthony Towns out here. Just be tough.
So on the next freestyle, we definitely have to address the Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks. Right. But right now.
And Karl Anthony Towns, if you out there, pull up and we can have a convo. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Pull up to Free Keith. That's 123 Pine Street.
I'm from crack era Brooklyn. He want to pull up over here. He welcome to.
No, he ain't pulling his Bugatti up.
It might not work out like he think.
Yeah, he ain't pulling his Maybach up over there. Nah, man. So hey y'all, thank you to everybody for watching Knicks Freestyle. You know, sometimes we have a little bit too much fun, but we can't help it, man. When you enjoy certain people's company, it's just basically what you get. Right. And so we hope you enjoyed this episode. We got plenty more to come. Make sure you comment in the comment box below. Make sure if you watching, make sure you share this on your social medias. Make sure you smash that like button. Thanks again to the homie, the Ghetto Intellect. I'm your host, Uncle Freezie. And you know, show your love for Free Keith. Right.
And if you're feeling froggy and you got something to say about what I said, hit me. Get at me at Free Keith on Twitter. Let's get it.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Smoke.